Hey people of the century, Andrew Plays One here, and we're back! Oh my gosh, another film was releasing? Escape from Andrewverse on the 15th? What? Yeah, it's happening. As expected, there's a lot of new reviewers coming in at this time who has no idea of the Andrewverse, what it does, what kind of characters there are, but I will explain everything you need to know. So, without further ado, let's go ahead! Much like the Spider-Verse, the Andrewverse consists of many different Andrews with different characters and arcs. Currently, we are in the 4th era, the Legacy era of the Andrewverse. You might be wondering what happened in the previous eras. Well, just know that in the previous era, there was an Andrewverse war. Yes, a lot of Andrews were defeated and the antagonists got defeated, but Legacy is the focal point of this new era. Now everybody will feel the impact of my legacy. Actually, I wouldn't really call it a new era. We're halfway through it already with the release of Escape from Andrewverse. If you're wondering about the antagonist, the creator is someone that broke down Andrew mentally, got him questioning his whole purpose. Eventually he got through that, and the Normie eventually defeated Creator, but he didn't consider the psychological aspect and what would come after, which we'll get to later. Just know that there were a few key players, and we will reveal their characters. Normie, who is the main character and basically the closest reflection to me, he's basically experienced in this point, but is constantly learning new things about it as well. Considering how he died twice, the second time being in the war, you would think that he wouldn't be surprised at anything anymore. But that's not the case. These films are a reflection of conversations or events or anything that's happened in real life for me. So as I'm constantly evolving in real life, so does the character. And in this film, we will see him make decisions that wouldn't really be considered as good, but it is necessary for the development for this era. Aside from Normie and one other character making a cameo in this film, Cadet is one of the few surviving Andrews from the previous era. He's basically our tech guy, our info guy. Everything you need to know, you go to him. But in this film, we will learn more about him. The Andrewverse is changing before our characters' eyes in this film, and we will see how Cadet, which is basically symbolic of the old Andrewverse, is reacting to this. Here we will introduce two characters at the same time, Forbidden and Dream. Now these two were introduced halfway through the Creator era, the 3rd era in the Andrewverse. Forbidden has the power to access energy from within, while Dream can literally create anything with a tripod, known as a dreamscape. Yeah, you might be thinking, well goddamn, these characters might be OP. Well, they could be. You see, in the Legacy era, Forbidden kinda has an arc. He's been suppressing the power he has inside, and he's afraid of what that power will do. But throughout the course of the film, we've been building him up to use that power. Oh, we did see it in Nostalgia 2 Affliction, and it means to help Normie out of a dark place. We will see a more conventional type of energy used in Escape from Andrewverse. With that, I present to you Astro Projection. Astro Projection is an out-of-body experience that is separate from the physical body, and can access to many different locations of a universe or dimension. However, as seen in Infinite Andrew Part 2, using energy isn't easy. So then, what's the deal with Dream? In this film, he will kinda go through some kind of a crisis. You see, Dream is a character created by the creator in the Creator era. He has had a world, but in this film we will see that he's not satisfied with it. Don't worry guys, we got one more character to explain, and that is Affliction. He did not pop up in frame as soon as I wanted to do that. Affliction, right there. He is the main antagonist for the Legacy era, but we will see more of his character in this film. He was introduced in the Andrewverse Documentary, revealed as a Creator clone. You know, it's funny when you think about it. Creator was a clone of the original Andrew, and then Affliction is a clone of the Creator, so he's literally clone squared. But the main thing he's been struggling with is his identity. He doesn't want to be Creator, he wants to be someone else. And we will see what led him to his actions, and why he did what he did. In the Andrewverse documentary, he broke Andrew so bad he basically quit being in the Andrewverse for a while. And in Nostalgia 2 Affliction, we saw what he actually did to him. Put him in that hellscape, which was a manifestation of all my fears in real life. If you look up the definition of affliction, it straight up means suffering. So yes, he will make the Andrews suffer in this film, but he'll also make a choice. an irreversible choice that will decide how the Andrewverse sees Normie for the rest of the era. So now you're probably wondering, so the Creator Era, the Dirt Era, the Andrewverse, and the Fourth Era, the Current Era, the Legacy Era. What are the other eras? Well, we have here the Dark Jacket, which was introduced in the Dark Era, and the idea of mystical objects being in the Beginning Era. Why does this Dark Jacket hold significance? It used to belong to one of the most feared antagonists in the Andrewverse, Dark. But over the years, he's gone through a redemption arc, and by the end of Infinite Andrews Part 2, he's definitely seen as a hero. But considering how long the Dark Era was, there are definitely some Andrews out there that still have contention for the jacket. And there still might be Andrews who have a problem with that, especially if Normie is the one wearing the dark jacket. When it came to the title for this film, there's multiple meanings to it. And what I mean by that is the characters in this film are trying to escape something. Normie is trying to escape who he was, which goes in with the idea of him not making very great decisions. Forbidden is trying to escape his fear of using his energy. Affliction is trying to escape his identity crisis. Dream is trying to escape his fear of being left behind. Cadet is trying to escape his fear about the current state of the Andrewverse, and so on. So there's a very consistent theme with fear and escaping in this film, and how it can dictate the choices you make. And as this being the middle chapter of the Legacy Era, there's definitely going to be a lot of significant events that'll go down. Now, I wouldn't say this film ends in a cliffhanger, but it ends with the question ending. Well, it's the ending that makes you wonder what's gonna happen next. The ending concludes the story in a way that the arcs are satisfied. But there's still questions left to be answered. And by the end of the film, you're left wondering, how did these characters get out of this situation? And also to reveal the runtime for this film, it is around 44 minutes. I'd say 45 minutes. So I calculated, and it is the second longest Andrewverse film. Get your popcorn ready for October 15th. If you want to know the films to watch before release, I highly suggest the two Legacy Era films, the Andrewverse Documentary and Nostalgia to Affliction. If you want to know about the war, you can check out Infinite Andrews Part 2. So I believe that's it. Bye, people of the century, and I'll see you at the premiere. Bye.